top 3 skills to break into data engineering. Everyone complicates this. You go on LinkedIn, you see a job post asking for 15 tools: Spark, Kafka, Airflow, Snowflake, dbt, Terraform, etc. And here is what you think. You need to learn all of it before you apply. And guess what? You don't. If you want to break into data engineering or data analyst or data science, there are only 3 skills that I see that actually matters at the start, okay? This is how I really see it. Master these and you are ahead of 90% of people trying to get in. Let me break them down. Skill number 1, a cloud platform. And here's the thing. I want you to hear the most important word in this sentence. One cloud platform. You pick one and that's it. Here is why this matters. Nobody is building on-prem anymore. We all understand that, meaning companies moving to the cloud. Companies aren't buying servers and racking them in a basement as they were. Everyone is moving to the cloud. AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, Databricks, Snowflake. That's where the data lives right now, where the pipelines run, where you will be working. This is the new environment for everyone. So pick one. Okay, maybe I will record another video to just discuss the differences, and you can also transfer your knowledge to another cloud provider once you have a solid understanding about the cloud concept in general. Pick the one that's hiring in your city. You can do a quick research on LinkedIn and see, try to get the sense of the jobs out there. Like the most jobs are the AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, or you can pick one that you already studied before and you stopped, so you don't start from scratch. For example, if you were working a little bit on Google Cloud, makes sense you continue with that, you build on top of it. So just make it quicker. Don't sit there for 3 weeks debating AWS versus Azure versus Google Cloud. That's obviously a procrastination wearing a smart custom. So here is how you actually learn it, step by step. First, learn the basics. Watch the intro videos to get the basics. Understand the core building blocks, storage, compute, and how you move data between them. So remember, you are not memorizing every surface, right? You are building a mental map of how the platform fits together. Kind of understand the storage, the compute, data warehouses, platforms, understand how data flows around services and what are these services, what kind of problems they solve. Second, get one certificate. I highly recommend that. Just one. Something like a data engineering associate if you are trying to break into data engineering, right? Based on the platform that you choose. And let's be clear here, the certification is not the goal, right? But you don't have structure. You don't know when to stop. You don't know how much to learn, right? So with certificate, it forces you to learn the platform properly instead of jumping around with random tutorials, because we have so much content there. Everybody is talking about different cloud providers and you will be stuck if you don't have a specific roadmap, specific structure. And guess what? Certificate provide that. It actually gives you a finish line. And at the end, you've got something for your CV that proves you don't just watch videos, right? You did the certificate, you did the exam because there is also an exam, you paid the fees, etc. That is for cloud. One platform, learn the basics, one certification. Don't spread yourself across 3 different clouds. You'll end up knowing nothing about them. So just focus on one, learn the basics, get one certificate, and you are set. The second most important skill is SQL. People call it SQL. And of course, before you roll your eyes, I know select. Select all, from, of course. I know SQL. No, I'm not talking about basic SQL. I'm talking about advanced SQL. This is where most people stop too early to learn SQL. And it's exactly what separates a junior who gets stuck from one who gets hired, okay? So here is what you actually need to understand. Window functions, the big one, like rank, dense rank, row number, running totals, partitioning your data and calculating across it. That's the first one. Window functions, okay. Second, analytical functions. In general, like lag, lead, aggregations over windows, something like that. Third one, CTEs. All these topics are very advanced. Of course, you need to understand select, where clause, different aggregation functions, etc. But this is the advanced topic that you also need to learn. CTEs, of course, like clean, readable queries instead of nested subqueries. And of course, joins, right? Really understanding them, not just memorizing the word left join, right join. No, you really need to understand the joins. If you have a problem, how you are going to join between these tables, right, to solve this problem. This is very important. You need to understand in a deeper level. Try to solve complex problems and it will teach you everything. Now I know Wait, now I know what you are thinking. It's 2026, man. AI writes my SQL for me. Why do I need this? Well, I'll tell you the truth. So here's the truth that I see it every day. AI is only as good as the question you ask it. And I think you know it, right? If you don't understand how SQL actually works, how the data flows, what window function is even doing, you can't ask the right question. You can't read what the AI gives you back. And you can't tell when it's wrong. And it will be wrong sometimes. So basically, understanding SQL is what lets you use AI as a tool instead of blindly copying, pasting, and hoping. Okay? And SQL is not that difficult. It's very easy to learn. So you don't need to memorize every function on earth, but you need to understand how it works at a deep level. And it's very easy to do, especially with AI. AI can help you a lot to learn a lot of interesting things. And you can also understand in a deeper level by having a conversation with AI, reading some articles, discussing with people, exploring, solving complex problems. This can help a lot. It's very powerful and it's a must for anyone who wants to work with data. That's skill number 2. First, we talk about cloud. Second, SQL. The last one is Python. So skill number 3, Python. And here's the good news. You don't need to become a software engineer, right? You don't need to learn every single thing about Python. People waste months on Python courses learning stuff they will never touch. I get people asking me, okay, I'm learning this month Python. I'm dedicating the next 3 months for Python. Why? You don't need this. What are you going to learn? Python itself doesn't really have all of this. It's just a very simple language to work with data, especially for you as a data engineer. If you really want to focus working with data, you don't need to learn a lot of things. You just need very few things I'm going to show you right now. For data engineering, you need a focused set. Here is the actual list that you need to learn to master Python for you as a data engineer, and you don't need more than that. First one, reading from files, like CSV files and JSON, like getting data in and out of files. This is very common task for you as a data engineer. The second block is making API calls, sending a request, pulling data back, handling the response. We have so much data left behind an API. We always try to use API. Working with Python is extremely easy to interact with API and pull the data out of API. This is very important and very easy as well. So this is the second block, okay? The third block is working with the Cloud SDK, using the cloud providers Python SDK, like Boto 3, that's for AWS, to talk to the storage. You can also integrate with G-Cloud as well. Basically, how to interact with the cloud using Python. That's it. So with this, we're trying to connect Python with the cloud. If you want to create something into the cloud, so you can actually automate that by writing Python code. That's one. These are the 3 blocks that you need to learn to really understand Python. That's it. 3 skills. One cloud platform, SQL, Python. We explained all of it. One cloud platform, pick one, learn the basics, get one certification. That's the first skill. Second one, advanced SQL, window functions, analytical functions, the real stuff, CTEs, complex joins, etc. And the third skill is focused Python, reading from files, JSON, CSV, pulling data from API, interacting with the Cloud SDK, interacting with the cloud using Python. These are the skills that you need to really understand. This is actually the foundation, not 15 tools, not 6 months or 1 year of tutorial help, just the 3 skills. And look, I know how confusing this field is, especially when you are starting out, because I lived it myself. I figured this out the hard way, no one guiding me. That's exactly why I do one-on-one coaching now, to be the guide I never had, and to give you a clear path instead of the chaos that we see right now. So if you are serious about breaking in and you want someone in your corner, the link is in the description. Let's figure it out and build your path together. And with that said, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.